What's up, y'all? Thanks for watching this video today. Today I wanted to talk about purity culture. If you've been following me on Twitter the last week or so, you've probably noticed that I've been tweeting this hashtag a lot, hashtag stillpurityculture. My friend Bethany, who is awesome, and myself created this hashtag to explore some of the different reactions that people have to purity culture. So what is purity culture exactly? It's a tough question since purity culture isn't one thing. It's a web of different things that work together. But essentially, if you were to boil it all down, purity culture is the mindset that says that everyone exists by God's design as either male or female with specific gender roles. So it's a very rigid gender binary. And that no matter whether you're male or female, God's specific plan for you is to stay completely sexually abstinent until you enter into a legal heterosexual marriage with a member of the opposite sex. And if that doesn't ever happen, then you stay celibate for life. Now, of course, there are lots of other aspects of purity culture as well. So telling women that they need to dress modestly in order to stop men from lusting after them is part of purity culture. Encouraging submission to men is part of purity culture. Telling women that there's something inherently about them as a woman that means they can't be a church leader is also part of purity culture. So these are all different moving pieces of it. And a lot of people have spoken up in recent years and said, wow, these things that the church has been teaching are really messed up. It's not good to tell people that if they have sex before marriage, they will ruin their life and be damaged goods. And it's not good to tell people that they need to stick to these rigid gender roles. It's not good to tell women that they can't lead in church. And they're right, it's not. But what a lot of people want to do is they want to get rid of those parts about purity culture that seem the most extreme to them, but yet keep the heart of purity culture intact. So they want to say, well, premarital sex won't ruin your life or make you damage goods, but you still shouldn't do it because it's a sin. Or, well, you can have mutual submission in a marriage, but you still need to marry someone of the opposite sex because God created them male and female. And so what these people are doing is they're softening some of the external harshness of purity culture, but they are protecting its inherently oppressive core by refusing to interrogate the main pillars of purity culture, which are, again, the rigid gender binary and compulsory abstinence until heterosexual marriage for everyone. And so when people do this, that is hashtag still purity culture, which is why we started the tag, because it's super duper important to not let that slide and call that out when it happens for what it is. So recently, Joshua Harris, who wrote I Kiss Dating Goodbye and a whole bunch of other purity culture books that were really popular when a lot of us were growing up, he did this. So he came out and said, well, I'm reconsidering some of the things that I wrote in those books because it really seemed like it hurt a lot of people, which is great until you find out that actually, he still believes in mandatory abstinence till marriage for everyone. So what has he really changed? The external trappings, perhaps, but nothing about the core. And until purity culture advocates are ready to question and examine the core of purity culture, they're going to be fighting sexual shame and sexual violence with one hand tied behind their back because the other hand is still clinging tightly to this theology that was so harmful in the first place. Having these conversations can bring up a lot of feelings for people, and it might bring up a lot of questions for you. So maybe you are a person who wants to let go of purity culture and find a better way, but you're having a hard time squaring this with your theology or your beliefs or the Bible. I talk to a lot of people who are in that position, and I was in that position for a while myself. And if that's you, I just want you to know that A, you're not alone. You're not the only person who has been asking these questions, and B, there are a lot of resources out there for you. So my personal favorite and the one that I recommend to everybody is this book called A Lily Among the Thorns by Miguel A. de la Torre, which is about $10 on Amazon, and it's just such a good book. Like, it's gold. And but there are a lot of other resources as well, and I'll link to some in the video description if that is you, so that you can start reading and learning and getting some different perspectives on things to hopefully start this journey of examining the pillars of purity culture. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for engaging with these issues. And if you want to join the conversation, check out the hashtag stillpurityculture on Twitter and share your thoughts. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon.